Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing, it could be edifying. All right, and just wanted to do a quick video, all right, from what I've been seeing, things going on, how the Trump administration has been handling this war. Okay, Esau has completely lost the fucking plot, bruh. He is not in control anymore. Okay, it don't matter. Hey, he can sit here all arrogant and shit like he is, and the scripture said he would. All right, then that further proves that he's the fucking Edomites, man. These are the Edomites. These are the devils that the Bible speaks of. But had Pete Hegseth, old Petey, quoting Pulp Fiction and shit like it's scripture. All right, which it wasn't scripture. He's sitting there quoting that shit, man. And they're bloodthirsty and they're being exposed. All right, and here it is. They didn't rush in Iran twice in a year, and Iran is held up, man. All right, doesn't mean they're not bleeding. Okay, yeah, they're taking casualties. The Ayatollah got eliminated. All right, but they're putting up more fight than Venezuela did. See, the Trump administration, they were high off of how they went up in there and got Maduro, man. They was riding that high. But nonetheless, Iran is putting up a fight, and they're being backed by Russia and China, maybe not openly, but definitely strategically. All right, the world sees how America is moving, how nobody can get along with this damn devil. All right, Esau's divided against himself. He's divided in his household. He's divided in his kingdom. Okay, his daughters are openly on TikTok saying that they prefer black and brown men. And you see these Edomites in the comments saying, oh, you're tainted, you're this, you're that. All right, but hell, the algorithm is still pushing this shit through, man. I'm talking about these are young Edomite women. Nobody's holding a fucking gun to their head. They are attracted to Jake. I am meeting Edomite women that tell me that white men don't do it for them. Esau done lost the fucking plot, and he's upset. He's mad. He's mad, and he's going to take that out on Jake, like he always is attempted to do. And he going to be able to get a lot of you 2/3. All right, here, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But he's not going to be able to touch the Lord's anointed. Right? His financial system is fucked up. You can't, they're not going to be able to get rid of this $38 trillion in debt that they've accumulated. Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, goes into that. He that ladeth himself with thick clay. That's his damn devil. All right, look at the past 3 world reserve currencies. They got the military got overextended. All right, and they're the overprinting of the currency. And that's what's happening all over again. America's military, for them to try to keep world domination, all right, they have to overextend their military. And that's the fall of an empire. We're in the 250 a year. This bitch is about to fall, man. And Esau is falling, fast, man. Like Yahweh Shai said, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. I'm not speaking about the spiritual demon Satan. He's speaking about this devil, man. And he's falling quick, man. He done lost the fucking plot, bro. So I'm going to get some of this out of here. All right, because this hits the point. This is Isaiah chapter 14. Actually, I'm gonna start up here and read down. It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined unto them, joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Right. So the Lord is going to gather Jacob and choose Israel and set them in their own land. When did this happen? Okay, these theologians, when did this happen? If you're saying this happened in 1948, it did not. The Balfour, if I'm not mistaken, the Balfour Declaration, got them niggas up in there. And as soon as they got up in there, they were fighting. But the scripture say in Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, that when Israel returns, that the nations will learn war no more. So how the fuck you've been keeping up with this lie all these years, But you have not answered this question. You come up against us for saying that we're the Israelites when we resonate with the curses of Deuteronomy 28th chapter. All right, the oppression that we will be on the bottom in the last days. Not own it. These damn tiny tops own every fucking thing, man. They have the Americans lobbying for them, giving them money. So how the fuck are they the people? But the Lord is gathering the true Israelites, the true, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the speckled birds that are scattered. All right, the Israelite foreigners will be joined unto them. Verse 2, it says, and the people shall take them, meaning the Israelites are going to take them, and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, slaves, man. People want to, beat around the bush. Slaves. Okay, you put us in slavery. Y'all were cool with that shit. As long as we were slaves, you were cool. Now that we're not slaves anymore, as far as physically shackled up to you, now you mad. Now we're saying you're about to receive the very thing that you did to us, and now you want to be fucking mad about it. Now you want to say there's unrighteousness with the Lord. The Lord gave you this kingdom, and you fucked it up, man. You didn't do anything productive here. You destroyed everything. It says, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. That's cut and dry. Were we not oppressed? Are we not still oppressed to this day? Are we not this day still in our captivity? So when the Lord flips the switch, we grabbing y'all ass up, man. You're going into slavery. Lamentations, the 2nd chapter goes into that. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. We're in that time. Verse 4, jumping down. It says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressors ceased? The golden city ceased. This nigga. Okay? And who's the king of Babylon right now? Trump, and he's a damn laughing stock, man. He put up that AI Chezzy up with his face on it, and he thought that shit was gonna go over well. And the damn Bible Belt Christians, the bulk of his followers, they were not going for that shit, man. On top of your ass being in the damn Epstein files, on top of your ass not being able to keep peace on the earth, on top of you rushing into Iran and getting handled and begging for a ceasefire, meanwhile you're saying that they're begging for the ceasefire. No, it's your ass, nigga. On top of the fact that you said you was gonna end the Ukraine war in 24 hours, on top of the fact that you said there would be that you would be a president of peace. You've been nothing but a fucking liar. Verse 5, the Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. All right, the ruling class, the elites. The Lord is breaking their staff, man. They're losing the plot. Best believe, even the damn the global elites, man. All right, they ain't got it all together. The Lord is in control of this movie. They thought they were. They took counsel from Satan. You know, they do their sacrifices and shit. They're about to send all these damn niggas out. All right, 18 to 25. They about to send all the YN generation out. And that's the spirit. So they set that shit up as, 18 to 25, that's a YN. 26 to 31, that's big bro or some shit. There, 31, that's I remember Jake made that. But it's true. Now they about to send these damn YNs out to war. To the meat grinder. Verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. All right, just oppression on top of oppression. Everybody on student loan debt. Everybody has mortgage debt. Everybody has car loan debt, consumer debt, credit card debt, this debt, that debt. He's made everybody debt slave. Not just Jacob. He's made everybody a damn debt slave, man. He smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Right. When a country don't want to cooperate with America, they call them terrorists and they go and bomb them, man. When they don't want to deal with their currency or deal with their way of doing things. And now he's about to be persecuted. It says, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Ain't nobody gonna fucking stop this devil from falling. Verse 7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. All right, everybody, hey, you know, the earth is going to rejoice when the people of the Lord, the true Israelites, come back into power. Verse 8, it says, yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. Hell from beneath thee is moved, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up their thrones, all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right, because now all these other nations have nuclear missiles as well. It's not just you now. Pakistan got nukes. North Korea got nukes. And now they looking at your ass like okay, nigga, you want to come over here and try some shit if you want to. We have nuclear missiles too. We can hit you like you can hit us. So what you gonna do? That's where we're headed. Verse 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Right? That decay, man, that rot. Verse 12, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? And again, this means light bearer. This is not speaking about the spiritual demon Satan, but rather his physical counterpart on the earth, which is Esau Edom, man. You can read about that in Thessalonians. He who's coming is after the workings of Satan. It says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yeah, thou shalt be brought to hell. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. So you think you was going to be like the Most High. You thought, you know, they did that art, whatever that fucking, you know, moon voyage was. You ain't go to the moon, nigga. Here it is, y'all ain't been in fucking decades, and now all of a sudden you going back. Yeah, okay. Nobody believes your narrative, Esau. You done lost the plot, my nigga. You've lost it. Verse 16, that they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Right, this nigga. When the nation started, when the Lord brings this nigga down, all right, and exposes him as the hairy piece of shit, hairy red piece of shit that he is, all right, everybody gonna be like, this nigga, him? Is this the man? Verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden underfoot. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, man. That's the first 20 verses, man. The Lord is cutting their ass up, man. You can't get past prophecy. You can't. And now we seeing the slippery slope, man. We seeing things speed up. Because Esau has lost the plot. That's going to be my title for the video. E has completely lost the plot, man. And now he going to come down with that great wrath, knowing that he have but a short time. This is that devil. This nigga here, man. All right. He, you know, the nigga that take his ball and go home type shit, man. That's Esau. Now the world don't want to sit here and be under his fucking totalitarianism, you know, and his diplomacy, his version of diplomacy, which is non-existent. Now you don't want to play no more. Now you want to, you know, fuck up a good thing, so to speak. All right, because these nations, they were making their money. They was cool. You know, everybody was, you know, Esau was the only one that was being the aggressor, man, on the earth. China ain't out here. They trying to take Taiwan because Taiwan is in league with Esau, man. And so is Japan. But these heathen nations ain't really going around just fucking with each other, man. You know, you have skirmishes here and there, but on a world scale, China hasn't attempted to come take over America. They haven't attempted to go take over NATO. You know? They're not trying to take over the so-called Middle East. That's Esau, and mainly the chief house of Amalek, man. That's doing that. So you're exposed. You're made bare. All right, your ass is through. You're through, dude. Your women don't even want you no more. You know, you got these goop women still, but hell, they don't respect themselves for real. You know, that's the look up the Oxford study. All right, because Esau, you a damn devil. You just were in power. But now, these women, all right, your women can sense who got next. Jacob got next. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And these women know in their spirit. I had a woman tell me yesterday, I shit you not, that she wants mixed babies, which there's no really such thing. The man carries the seed. She doesn't want Edomite children. She wants Jake children inside of her, man. The Lord is putting a spirit on these women to want Jake, man. And they stepping forward. And hey, Apostle already gave his blessing, man. We can have 2 or 3 or 4. Hey, we don't give a fuck what IUIC or ISUPK or HOI or any of these other camps that go off got to say, man. We're going to get us some heathen women. Because what has the nigga woman been doing, man? Other than being a fucking nuisance for the last however many years. Being a nuisance, man. Being disrespectful to the Israelite man. Meanwhile, these heathen women, they love us, man. They were made to serve us. And that's what the Lord is bringing to pass, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.